Hey guys, so today we are going to be making a tulle bow, and it looks a little bit like this. I'm going to be using purple today for our project, and you can get this anywhere. I got this at Hobby Lobby. And then you're going to need a rectangular piece of cardboard. This is 8 inches down by 5 inches across, and you just want it to be as wide as you want your bow. So I used the 5-inch one for this bow here. But you can make a smaller one. I have one here that's only 3 inches across. And then you're going to want to cut a notch out of the middle. And that'll be important later. This one I just put tape on the sides because we're going to be smushing it down later, and it just helps it be smooth on the edges. So you're going to take the tulle, and I use about 4 arms lengths worth of tulle. If you're a kid and you're a little smaller, maybe do 5. So I stretch it across to the middle. And then I do it 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to cut it. It looks like a lot, but it's pretty thin, so you need to use a lot of this stuff. Then you're going to take another length. I like to use about 15 inches. That's going to be the middle section of your bow. So we're going to take this shorter section and set it to the side for now. So to begin making your bow, you are just going to lay this tulle on top of your template that you've made out of cardboard. I always line it up almost towards the end, and you're just going to start wrapping it around. So make sure it stays on the end. You don't want it to slide over. You want it to cover the middle section here. So then I'm pulling it back through, and I'm just going to wrap it over the top. Another easy way to do this is to lay the tulle flat and just fold it. And try and make sure the edges line up at the top and the bottom as you're folding so that you get a really nice look to your bow. And make sure it doesn't bunch up in here while you're folding. You want it to stay pretty flat. So I've come to the end, and I don't quite have enough to go over across the middle again. So I'm going to just fold it over this way and cut it here along this edge. So I'm going to fold this flat, and then I'm going to take that extra piece that we made, that extra shorter length, and I'm going to scoot this down a little bit, which is why the tape comes in handy. It'll slide a little better, and I'm going to poke it through this hole here. Then I'm going to reach up from the bottom and pull it through so that I can then pull it up through the little hole that we made, the little slit that we made in our cardboard template. And I'm going to tie just one time. So once I have it like that, I'm not going to tie it again. I'm going to smush the edges down a bit more and tie it pretty tight. It might stay pretty good. We're not finished tying it though. So once I have that tied, I'm going to slide it off my template. And I have my bow almost done. But I like to add a little extra thickness to this middle section. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the 2 tail ends of what you just tied. You're going to take one of them, and you're going to go over twice. And the other one you're going to come from underneath, and you're going to go over twice again. So that way you have them coming from 2 different sections in the back, and then you can tie it again. If you wanted to tie it on a pony holder to use to wear, this would be where you would do that. You would tie it, put a pony holder through here, and tie it on there. If you don't want to use a pony holder, you can use a bow clip. You can get these just at Hobby Lobby, and you would hot glue it there, or you can always just stick it underneath the little loop that you've created here. But I'm going to use a pony holder for this purpose. So I'm going to tie it once, and then I'm going to tie it one more time just to make sure that it's really on there really good. So you don't want it to fall out. And I'm going to trim up the edges of what we just tied. Leave a little bit of room in case it needs to be retied or tightened. And then you might notice that you have a little bit of an edge sticking here. If that bothers you, you can trim it up as well. But that is how you make a tulle bow.